I would have to say my favorite thing about Portland Theater is...
What's great to me about Portland Theater is Portland Theater.
What I love about Portland Theater is...
For me, what makes Portland Theater great is...
my favorite part of the Portland Theater!
What makes Portland great is...
Well, Portland Theater is like a family.
I've been very deeply accepted into the Portland theater community, and it's a bunch of family.
The Portland theater scene is my family, and I know whatever I do, they'll have my back and support me.
I'd like to emphasize how easy it is to join that family.
So it's kind of like there's all these different groups of cast that all are their own individual family, but then you've got cousins and nephews and nieces and all over the place. It's just one big giant family.
It's like a big, happy, beautiful, dysfunctional family, and when you go on PDX Backstage, it's like going to Sunday dinner.
The sense of family. It's just an amazing community of people.
I never felt home in any place but Portland.
It's like coming home.
You don't see each other all the time, but when you do, you really love each other. And then you can go away from each other for a really long time again. And it's okay.
What I really love about Portland Theater is the fact that everybody is so genuine and supportive of one another.
I am struck by how supportive we can be of each other in this town.
And they're always very supportive.
Everybody supports each other and everybody has way too much fun.
Everybody's really supportive, and
it's supportive. If you need props or costume pieces, everybody in town is willing to help everybody else out.
That the equity houses are willing to help out the smaller houses.
Like in my experience, you do like one show and you're given this, and you don't even realize it, but you're given like this Rolodex of people.
And I like how everybody collaborates and works together.
I find that kind of sharing of information it's such an unselfish thing to do. It means that everybody cares about the theater community growing.
People here want you to succeed, and they help you to achieve your goals. They do everything. They're so generous.
It's very generous in sharing resources, and generous in its encouragement and support of experimentation.
Portland kind of has this way of this whole thing about celebrating the unusual, which I kind of feel like filters cool things onto the stage and in the audience for that matter.
I'd say it's definitely a community of very open-minded people.
There's so much diversity.
Diversity. All kinds of different companies.
I wouldn't say that the variety of theater is necessarily unusual in Portland, but it thrives here.
There is so much interweaving, and that interweaving extends into the kind of theater that we get.
It's really truly a creative community that is committed to doing new work and pushing the boundaries and exploring all kinds of art forms, and that all gets incorporated into the theater in a way that really makes it feel like a grassroots artistic kind of place.
I would say probably the level of talent for the area.
There's a lot of really talented people that I see all the time. Like, we make big stars out of these people in the movies and TV and stuff like that. But there are people who are giving performances of that quality all the time here. But because they're our friends and because we're the only ones who go see them, it feels like we don't give them any special status. But there's really, really talented people here.
In other towns, there's a lot of acting going on. A lot of showcasing themselves.
I call it showcase acting.
Whereas in Portland, when you go to see a show, I really believe the people on stage are connected to each other.
It's about the work.
There's always a quality level that I really have admired.
The amount of talent in kid theater communities is pretty high, as well as any other theater, like adults as well. But
it's acting from your heart. You know, and the heart is missing in huge, large markets.
I missed the heart and honesty of Portland theater and the performers here.
The people that I work with have always been quality people, always.
I'm starting to feel like there's an infinite amount of artists here, whether they're actors, directors, designers. All of a sudden there's this huge increase in designers here, which is really exciting.
Well, since you brought up the technical aspect, one of the other strengths of the Portland theater scene for me is that I've never felt pigeonholed, and that was never the case in any city that I ever.
Just great people. And you know what I really love is like people who've come, they come and then they don't know if they're going to stay, and then they come to Portland and they do stay.
I really like the Portland theater community because it teaches me to branch out and to meet new people.
You are allowed to go balls out.
It's the people.
Comfortably challenging.
Really, really, really fun.
Generosity.
Heartfelt.
Community.
Collaborate.
Enthusiasm of the people.
Intriguing.
I'm compelled.
Fertility.
Pay what you will.
Soul.
Like a big hug.
Community.
The diversity. The talent pool is here.
Valerie Stevens.
That the sense of professionalism and community is amazing here.
I think high quality acting and directing and people committed to their craft, a real sense of community, high standards.
I didn't always fit right in a lot of other places where I've lived, and here it just seemed to be pretty effortless. And I know, just was nice to have a place that I fit with that easily. That doesn't always happen.
Never did I appreciate Portland more than when I went away. And then now that I've been back, and I've been back 5 years, I've just, I can't imagine going anywhere else.
I can't think of anywhere else that I would want to live and be a creative artist in the United States. And I've lived a lot of places.
There's lots of really good-looking people here. Spencer Conway.
What I love about Portland Theater is all the amazing people.
There are so many good-looking women, and my goal is to date all of them. Edit that.
Fun.
Testing.
Okay.